play, I would assume.
Yes, I would assume. I like his mat. Oh my goodness.
Wilson is on the full 4 preordains, no ponders.
Okay. Okay.
Main board dead gone. 3 hymns.
Who's dead gone? Do the thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's play a game where we guess how long it'll take Sean to type this out.
Oh. All right. And game is over. Owen took over.
I have a winner for you.
Already? James Hames has beat Alex Hahn, it appears.
Wow. Quick match.
Concession or... Yeah. All right. Alex wanted to go home. That's fine.
That's reasonable. All right, so Merritt is at 19, casting a Noble Hire. Oh, here, you can do it. You got it. I trust you. Oh, yeah, you're doing the dead gone.
Yep.
Do you like the roll? Do you like the roll?
Crap. Forgot to fix this.
You forgot a what?
It's actually making it work.
Hey, what?
The split cards?
Oh,
Whoops, sorry.
it's all good. All right, so Merritt is at, both are at 19. Looks like he is bolting the Noble Hierarch. I think that's a pretty decent play, getting that nice Badlands.
Here's Dead Gone for you, Sean.
Man, Dead Gone. 1 red, deals 2 damage to target creature. Red and 2, return target creature you don't control to its owner's hand. Seems pretty good. That sounds like you can bounce to 2020.
It does, at instant speed.
Ooh, going to 18 here with Merritt.
For a Stoneforge Mystic,
I would
possibly?
assume it's Stoneforge. Maybe it could be a Goyf, but I'm not sure if this deck plays Goyf. Let's check. Wow, this is... Okay, yeah,
It's better handwriting than Sean's.
Oh, infinitely so.
No.
No Goyf.
No Goyfs.
Hey, Gaddock. Oh, okay. Mom and Green Sun for
for-
0 for Dried Arbor.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like that. Wilson draws a Volcanic Island. I think his play might just be...
Push your Mother of Runes.
That seems very reasonable. And I think he's going to play
He
a
have a
Death
cantrip
Right
as
that
well?
he has in his hand.
He's a Death Right.
Yeah, he's got a pair of Death Rights in his hand.
Oof.
Right? Merritt
He's
comes
a
up.
preordain, a Death Right, and 2 lands.
Yeah, I didn't see what Merritt drew.
Punishing Fire.
Ooh, strong. Oh, he has a Grove in his hand as well. I think he might just start going on the Punishing Fire train here.
He has a Horizon Canopy, not a
Oh,
Grove.
my bad. I couldn't tell if that was
Different Future Sight land.
yeah.
He has a Plow.
Oh, no, that's Grove.
Oh, he has both.
Oh, okay. That's just a very shiny Grove. Man.
Getting in there with Dryad Arbor.
Wilson is going to 18. We have 18 all, I believe.
Yep.
We got that sweet preordain action with Wilson.
Couldn't quite see what it was. It's like a
Brainstorm.
and a Verdant Catacombs.
Okay.
Probably left
Top
the Brainstorm
bottom.
on top.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
He drew another preordain for turn, it looks like, at the back of his hand.
Okay, that's pretty strong.
Just keep cantripping. Can't plow a cantrip.
I think he might just like Punishing Fire his Death Right if he jams Death Right here.
I would assume so. On his main phase, yeah.
Yeah. Scrying Verdant Catacomb, and I didn't see the other one. Verdant Catacomb was to the bottom. Snapcaster Mage to the top. That's a pretty good draw. That's a very good draw, actually.
Pick up the Grove end, pick up the Punishing Fire end of turn.
Yep, Wilson goes to
goes to 19. This, I'm sure, won't be a pain to keep track of.
All right, so now we're going Wasteland. That's a pretty strong draw here. Wilson goes back to 18. This is pretty exciting. I think this is a very good, interesting matchup.
Yeah, I did not get handed those Goyfs. Those were... I did not realize that those were being lent out by somebody else to be handed to me.
Yikes.
Phenomenal.
Okay, so now we have a Brainstorm from Wilson.
Drew another Preordain.
And that looks like a Force of Will?
And a Force.
Yeah.
Putting
So
back
he's shuffling back Scalding Tarn.
and another Force.
Yeah, and then just going to fetch that away. I'm not sure if you Snap Bolt the Dryad Arbor. Probably not. That seems bad. I think you just like take care of his threats.
You can take the one for as long as you want. Especially if he's
It's
just
like
going to
there's a
keep
Grove in
giving you life with Grove. That said, Wilson is actually the one with Goyfs in his deck. He has the full set in his sideboard.
That's strong. That's pretty strong.
Looking to bring
Wilson
those into the matchup, probably.
Fetching to 17. Oh, I agree. I definitely agree.
Merritt's got a pair of mainboard Scavenging Oozes, pretty above average in the
Merritt
matchup.
also has an Elspeth Knight Errant in the board for matchups just
Yeah,
like this
I saw
one.
him doing a good amount of work with that earlier in the day.
That seems
He's a
hot.
Voice of Resurgence in his sideboard as well.
Foils in Georgia. I too live dangerously. That's pretty good. I like that. That's funny. I think that was
it's like a
another
land.
Grove, right?
Oh,
I think
Yes,
we cycle
it is.
Horizon Canopy here.
might just want to start getting 2 Groves online.
Double Grove?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many Jaces does Wilson have? He has 2 in his main board.
Jason,
2 and 1 Last Hope and 1 Chandra Torch of Defiance, all in the main board.
Ooh. That's hot.
Not a lot of ways to deal with that Punishing Fire.
No, not at all. Wilson with the Swamp for turn.
No Wastelands in check pile to take care of the Groves.
All right, Wilson, I believe, is just net losing 1 because he's getting Punching Fired and buying it back. So
It either rains all day or is 100 degrees. That is completely true, and it did both of those things today.
it did, actually. I was in both of those things. Wilson going to 14. Man, this Punishing Maverick deck grinds like nobody's business.
Seems pretty favored right here,
Skew's coming down.
especially with that Scavenging Ooze coming into
That's
play.
very good. That's very
Especially
good.
with that Snapcaster just sitting in Wilson's hand. Yep. Responds with
Man.
Snapcaster Mage.
BOG, Brendan Hagen, coming in, just making my life infinitely easier.
Well, you already accidentally bumped the volume down, so
Oh, yikes.
because this thing is so cheap.
Looks like
That's fine.
Snapcaster is
Just
brainstorming
take the
here.
days,
So he drew a Leovold, a
No,
Bolt,
we can just,
and a
like, leave it
Verdant
here.
Catacombs off of that Brainstorm in response to Scavenging Ooze.
Leovold, Bolt, Verdant Catacombs. That's
Leovold is a good way to slow down that Punishing Fire train
It definitely
that Merritt
is.
was on.
it definitely is.
2 copies in Wilson's list.
I think
down again.
Morgan Cooper's down a game to Zach. All right.
okay. I think here we're just probably lightning bolting the Scoos, I would imagine.
How many creatures in your graveyard? It's at least 2. Mother of Runes and
Oh,
Noble Hierarch
you're right.
in Merritt's graveyard.
Yikes. Maybe
So
try and
maybe-
bait out the he's gonna
yeah.
try and bait out the Punishing Fire from Merritt.
If that once that Leovold resolves,
All right,
just
and then
not
Leovold's-
punishing firing.
Yeah, I think
Also, a block here will end pretty poorly for Merritt as well.
yeah, that's true.
Just trading off the Snapcaster and the Bolt for the Scavenging Ooze. 2 more Snapcasters in Wilson's deck somewhere,
that's nice.
as well as Scoos turning off Colligan's command very well.
Merritt going
Let's see how
to
much Merritt
17.
goes for here. I don't believe there's a creature in Wilson's graveyard.
If Merritt responds to the lightning bolt, he can just kill.
Or
the
is there still a
Scoos.
Deathrite Shaman from earlier in Wilson's graveyard?
I believe. I think.
I believe there is from getting.
but he only
Punishing
has
Fire
one more
earlier.
green source, so it just doesn't.
Yeah.
So it looks like this bolt's going down.
Is this in? This is in combat. Did the Scavenging
I
Ooze
believe
block?
so. No, it did not.
No. Okay.
So Merritt's going back up to...
He went up to 18 off of Scab. No, he stays at the same. He used Horizon Canopy for that.
Yeah, so he just stays at 18.
Yep. Did not go for eating anything else out of a graveyard in response.
Sorging
Plow on the
Leopold.
Leopold. Hopefully in response to
Wilson goes
this,
to
in response
13.
to the trigger, hopefully here on this fetch. Hopefully not missing another one. Hey, my opponent missed multiple Leopold triggers in the feature match earlier.
In the first round I was here, it was Goblins versus Mud. And Mud opponent goes Metalworker pass
Let's see.
with a Chalice on one.
Draw card.
And
Okay.
he just like tar fires the Metalworker. His opponent's like, okay.
Drew the blue card for the Force,
Oof.
pitches the Baleful Strix off the top, keep
Very
the Leopold
good.
around, turn off Punishing Fire.
Wow.
Drew another Punishing Fire for Merit.
Double Punishing Fire. But that's like, that does not feel good. I would say.
Not facing down a Leopold.
No, not at all.
Oof. Looked like he was about to get in with that Dryad Arbor as well.
Yikes. Do you think you keep it back to block? No, I think you're just trying to. I think you probably get in.
I mean, Wilson knows about the first Punishing Fire. He
Yeah,
doesn't
so
know
there's
about
no
the
way
second
he's
at this
blocking.
point. Yeah. This just lets Wilson start getting in with the Leopold. I suppose Merritt could be planning to just cut his losses double Punishing Fire right here. It doesn't feel
it's
good,
not
but
unreasonable.
he might just have to.
Yeah, I think so.
You get to pick one of them back up end of turn. Death Right.
Yeah, I think you just
Got to take care of that first. Ooh.
All right, I think you just like have to double Punishing Fire, buy one back.
So
and
if you double Punishing Fire Leopold end of turn, he draws two. You get to pick one of them back up end of turn,
and then another one main phase,
and then you pick it back up the other one main phase, and you can immediately take care of both Death Rights, assuming Wilson doesn't draw any kind of Force of Will off of these Leopold
Wilson
triggers.
is gaining 0.
He drew Baleful Strix, Brainstorm. Can we see a Force? We can.
Force of Will.
Force
of Will,
Thoughtseize,
blue
Volcanic
card.
Island. Great draw. Force pitch the Baleful Strix. Wilson is down to 10, but I don't think that's too much of an issue here. Merritt also
Not when you're. I don't think when you're this
tapped
far
in a way
ahead.
that he couldn't pick back up any Punishing Fires, leaving up the Canopy instead to not take one.
Man, I feel like that was a bit ambitious.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed the. He's at 13. He attacked.
Yes. Pick back up both of those. Wilson goes up to 11. Fetch down to 12 for Merritt.
And we know the top 2 cards of Wilson's library is Thoughtseize Volcanic Island. So if he just wants to like main phase double.
You have to take care of the
think you have
Death
to take
Rights
care of the-
first,
yeah.
but at that point you're just giving Wilson so many cards off of Leopold.
Yeah, I just. Man,
Leopold really took over this game in a hurry.
he really did.
I suppose you could go Punishing Fire one of the Death Rights now. Leave the Death Right back on defense to keep Wilson off of the attack.
Okay,
That way,
I see what you're saying.
if the Arbor blocks, you get to take care of it with the second Punishing Fire, and the one Death Right left can't eat both of them.
Just passing here.
But Wilson's just up so many cards at this point.
Absolutely. Like, you get a lot of value out of those Punishing Fires, but it's just not enough.
Just the Snapcaster sending in. That makes sense.
That makes sense. Do you think, would you block here?
No, I don't think so.
All right, he
Your
just
life total's
takes
not
it.
in that big of an not under that much of a threat. Goes for the block.
All right, block.
Still has yet to cycle his Canopy as well. I might have at least tried for that.
Oh, yeah, because you have to do it.
Do you know
during-
what the other card Wilson put on top of his deck? It was Thoughtseize, right?
It was Thoughtseize
And the Volk that he
yeah.
just drew? Okay. Punish, cycle the Horizon Canopy in turn, maybe. Cycle.
Yes.
Draws a Windswept Heath.
Yikes.
Do you Punishing Fire a Death right here? Just give Wilson even more cards? I think you have to.
I really do.
It
I mean,
doesn't-
like, you're
it really
losing a
doesn't
Punishing
feel
Fire,
good.
but you don't really have much of a choice
You're
here.
also taking 2 off the Death right in response, eating something out of someone's graveyard, most likely the Plow. Nothing end of turn. Draws a Wooded Foothills. Went downhill real quick for Merit.
Oh, yeah. Just straight lands in a row.
Wilson did a lot of digging, came up with a Leovold. Came up with 2 forces to back him up. Leovold's drawn 4 cards this game.
I think so,
I
at
believe.
least. Yeah, 4.
Oof.
There's no Dryad Arbor for him to fetch up either. He only
just
had
the one.
Yeah, just the one. Just the one. Down to
One mainboard Sylvan Library. That's not going to help him, but good in the matchup.
I think probably his best draw here would probably be a Knight of the Reliquary. Is a pretty strong draw.
Just as a way to block, yeah. It doesn't take care of the Death Rights, though.
Maybe,
I don't believe any of these cards gets him out of it, except possibly Batterskull.
drawing swords. Swords would get him out of it.
Swords of Plowshares?
Yeah. Because you
I
use
don't-
swords, and then...
He still has to deal with the Death Rights.
yeah.
He has double Punishing Fire, but you lose one of them during that to one of the Death Rights. I suppose he can stabilize, but just have to start. He has to start now. He's dead in 2 turns. Is he going to remember the Leovold trigger? Maybe not.
You remembered.
He did. There is no black in Merit's deck. Just straight white green splashing red for Punishing Fire. I don't believe he has any other red in his main board.
No, he's got a Wear Tear in his sideboard.
And that is it.
That is all the red
Straight
cards.
white green other than that. 2 Taigas, 1 Plateau, 3 Groves. 1 Birds to help with that splash.
Oof. Him and Thoughtseize, those are pretty bad draws for Wilson. Especially...
Well, he knew about the Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
That he knew he was going to have a dead draw
He's
the
going to
next
be up
turn.
2 more cards.
You get your Foothills, get in for 3. It's down to
4?
5. Should be getting down to 5. He was at 8, correct?
No. He lost 2 from the Deathrite Shaman.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he went from 11 to 9 to...
No other red sweepers? No. No sudden demise, no Kozak's turn, none of that. 2 crop rotations, 2 surgicals, 2 chokes, 2 Aethersworn Canonist, 1 Wear Tear.
Interesting. Wilson
and a
ate the
bunch of other singletons
swords
rounding
out of
sideboard.
Merit's sideboard instead of eating the other Punishing Fire. Oof. Another Leovold for
Drew-
Wilson.
nope, and another
Another
Hymn
hand.
to Turok.
Oh, my goodness.
Merit's last card, I believe, is a Noble Hierarch.
It is.
I don't know if you play it here or if you just want to pick back up both Punishing Fires. He goes with the Noble Hierarch.
Okay.
This Leovold is just going to be devastating, though.
Absolutely. That's another
That's
2
it. There
cards.
are only 2 in the deck. He does not have any further after
Man.
this, other than the 2 Colligans commands.
I forgot to put Wilson
Brainstorm
up to
first.
12 from the...
The Grove. The
Yeah, from the
Burnless.
Grove last turn,
Yes.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's pretty good. He had Snapcaster K command.
Yeah, that would be the game.
That is game. All right.
So,
So
looking
Wilson
at-
used up 1 game. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No poison for Wilson.
No poison for Wilson. Quarters, yeah.
All right, so looking at Wilson's sideboard here. He's got 1 Invasive Surgery, 1 Flusterstorm, 1 Red Blast, 1 Ancient Grudge, probably looking to bring that in for the Stoneforge package. 3 Surgical Extraction, a possibility for those Punishing Fires at least. 1 Diabolic Edict, 1 Marsh Casualties, 1 Toxic Deluge, 1 Liliana the Last Hope, and the full set of Tarmogoyfs in his sideboard. So Dead Gone seems decent in this matchup. Maybe bringing that out, maybe not. All of the walkers seem strong.
I think the
Possibly
Goyfs seem pretty
boarding
good.
down on him to Turox on the draw, but not a huge bother to have them in the deck. Like, nothing in his main board seems too terrible other than probably looking to bring out the Force of Wills.
I definitely agree with that.
Just possibly straights. Definitely want the Deluge in. Marsh Casualties is good against all of the smaller aspects of the deck. Scrib Ranger, Mother of Runes, Noble Hierarch Birds.
However, Merit is bringing in Elspeth. I assume
Era.
Voice of Resurgence would definitely come in
Voice
as well.
is definitely good. Phyrexian Revoker is good against those walkers, but bad against Kolaghan's
Bazooka Bog?
Command.
I could see Bazooka Bog.
Bog is above average.
I mean, it messes with his Death
it's
Rights. It gets
good at
his
instant
snaps.
speed with Knight of the Reliquary, turning off either Kolaghan's Command
It's definitely an
or,
option.
or Snapcaster at instant
Do you
speed.
think Choke is worthy to bring in here?
I don't think
It's
Wilson's not as heavy on blue as most, just 4 Preordain, 4 Brainstorm, 2 Jace, Snapcasters.
2 Volks.
I think you still bring it in.
I think you just kind of have to.
You're a mid-rangey blue deck. Bring it in.
Yeah. What about Crop Rot?
I don't think you care that much about
No,
the
I feel like
Vajika
that's
Bog that
more
you need
for
crop rotation.
I feel like that's definitely more for.
It's good at fetching up Grove, which is one of the better parts of Merit's deck
Yeah.
in the matchup, but
How's it going?
they're going to game 2. Wilson won game 1.
It was just a
Level
long
did
grind.
a lot of work against Punishing Fire.
Merit also drew a lot of lands in a row.
Yeah.
It's just like that coupled with the Leovold just blew
Yeah.
the game out.
Merit on 2 separate occasions tried to double Punishing Fire Wilson's Leovold, and he drew the Force off of both of the triggers to force the second Punishing Fire.
Yeah.
The third time it worked, but the first 2, Leovold drew 7 cards that game. 6 or 7.
Oh, wait.
1 off the plow, double Punishing Fire, double Punishing
7.
Fire, double
Beca-
Punishing Fire.
Yeah, because of the Death Rights.
Yeah.
Leovold. Yeah, wow. 7 extra cards.
Yep. And that was just the first one. The second one, just won in the game. That was it. Didn't draw him cards, just won the game.
What's up?
How are the other quarters going, Brendan?
McEachern's going to game 3, so that's Infect
Against
versus.
Mitch. Mitch is on 4 color.
No. Decks are here.
Mitch is on 4 color. That was my loss earlier on camera.
Okay.
Still in game 1 for the other match.
Maybe not game 1.
Okay.
Let's go double check.
Okay.
Morgan versus Zach. You gave us an update on that already. You said Zach was up a game. So it's probably a result of game 2 that he was talking about.
Yeah, there are no red sweepers.
They look like they're shuffling up for a game 3, is what it looks like. So I would assume it's 1-1.
Oh, it's starting here.
Plains
Black.
go from Merit.
Then we have that nice altered Underground Sea into a Preordain. Top bottom here, drawing
Has
a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Seems good in this grindy matchup.
Taiga, Sylvan Library on 2.
Oh,
That's what Merit needs.
that's pretty great.
So it looks like a Bayou, a him off the top for Wilson. Probably
I think
just
he goes
fire it
in
off.
here. Yeah, absolutely.
A Verdant Catacombs in Wilson's hand as well. Jeff the Magic Goat giving some good wishes to Wilson.
Thanks, Jeff the Magic Goat.
Roll some dice. Pick the first one. Hit Scrib Ranger, Voice of Resurgence.
Ooh, that's pretty
Spell
strong.
off that him.
He is land 2 spells, I believe, left.
Jace, Brainstorm, Preordain, I believe. Fetch land.
One over Cooper.
What was that? Zach won?
Zach 1.
Zach won the match? All right, so Zach beat Morgan Cooper. He is advancing on, I believe, 4 color.
It's not Grixis, right?
Oh, he's on Grixis Delver. Okay.
So
Looking, Merit will take 4 off of this library.
going to 16.
He kept a Windswept Teeth and something else off of that. It's like a Caracas in his hand, if I saw that correctly. I could be wrong about that. Played a Plateau, Kasali
It's like
Pride
a
Mage.
Horizon Canopy.
McEachern is just starting game 3.
Which one is?
McEachern's starting game 3.
James McEachern and Mitchell Stevenson going to game 3.
Oh, you got a Quasali Pride Mage.
Yep. Brainstorm
from Wilson.
drew another Underground Sea off the top this turn. Tarmogoyfs did indeed come in, so did, I believe that was Diabolic Edict.
That was Diabolic Edict. So he's going to be putting back his fetchable targets.
I think he just has fetches in his hand.
No, he had a...
Oh, he had a C he
he
drew for turn.
Yeah, he put back Verdant C.
Delta, play a Goyf. Creature, instant, sorcery, land, 4/5.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Yep, 4/5s are good.
Yep.
Newsflash.
Who knew? Tarmogoyf, still powerful. What was Morgan on? Morgan was on Mud, post. Looking at the Sylvan Library again, I see a Scavenging Ooze in there. I believe I see a Knight of the Reliquary and
I think
and a Swords
Ooze
of the Plowshares, I
made-
believe.
Ooh.
You're definitely wanting to plow. I think he's just thinking about how much damage to take off this.
Maybe it's just...
Tempted to be greedy and just say take 8, but it looks like he's opting to take 4.
All right, so down to 12, Merit.
Yep. Probably land for turn. Swords, your Goyf, play a Knight of the Reliquary if that's what he kept.
Seems like a reasonable
Rising
play.
Canopy.
Wilson's gaining 4 here, going up to 23.
Get in with the Kasali Pride Mage for 3.
Down to
Take
20.
1 down to 11 for Merit. Off Canopy, play the Knight. Wilson's got a Preordain. I believe that's a Deathrite Shaman at the back of his hand, but I could be wrong about
It looks
that.
like he might just be... He's just jamming Jace next turn. No, he's not.
no, he's
no,
not.
he's not. No, he's not. That's just bad. The Jace will die immediately. Oh, that's a fatal
That's a
push.
fatal push off the top. Phenomenal draw. He's got a Verdant Catacombs in his hand still. Probably Brainstorm first.
He also has...
Or he has a Preordain, not a Brainstorm. My apologies.
Man.
Just push first. Push plus Edict. Take care of the board. Like, I'm sure Kasali Pride Mage
I think
isn't
so. I think it might
what
be
you
like-
brought in the...
I think it might
in
be
the
like push,
Edict for?
play my
Preordain.
Deathrite pass.
Preordain.
Preordain?
No, probably Deathrite.
Yeah, I think it's probably Deathrite.
Can't tell what that is at the top of Merit's hand.
Updates on Hames versus Hahn. Alex Hahn conceded to James
Alex-
Hames at the very
yes.
beginning.
Conceded. Alex wanted to go home.
That sounds reasonable. John Paul Jansen being
Anybody on the internet have
Barnacle.
trades for John Paul Jansen? I don't
John
know what he's
Paul
looking for.
Jansen's
He just wants
asking
some
for
trades.
This
He
is
needs
a
Legion
buy Legion-
loyalists.
Wait, didn't
Someone
those get-
mail this man Legion loyalists.
Did you have Russian ones?
Push
In your
your
deck?
knight.
With the Vengevines in it?
Oh, yeah, shut up. I completely forgot about that. I was over it.
Oh, he had a second Goyf to
Whoa,
play. That was the
yikes.
last card. Off of the Preordain.
Can't confirm. Ooh,
He preordained. He fetched
Preordain
Preordain
first. Got it. yeah.
Pushed the Knight of the Reliquary with Revolts. Played a Goyf, said go. Still a
just taking
4/5
the
on
scoos
that.
here for Merit.
13 Biovisionaries.
I 13 bio. Oh man,
That could be so many Legion loyalists. Who knows, man? Scavenging Ooze looking to take down the Goyf a little bit. Only one sorcery? No, there's Preordains in graveyard too. Not an easy.
I don't think he can take him off anything except for.
There's two. I believe only 2 lands in graveyard, but he has to
Yikes.
add a third for a second Scoo's activation with that Windswept Teeth.
Maybe just to take the Goyf hit.
It doesn't feel good, but
No, it definitely
you got
doesn't.
your use out of
He
library.
could double
just-
block and then eat stuff.
that's
Merit down 2.
he's gonna get blown out by Edict if that's what
Oh,
he's going for here.
absolutely, absolutely, he is. Like I think the game might just be over if he does that. I don't think there's a lot of
Pretty likely, yeah.
because he has 2 lands on the top of his library. Well, he just shuffled them away.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a fetch land. He doesn't have to draw. He gets 3 new looks off the Sylvan Library this turn.
Yeah. The foils in the
Yes,
Maverick
lots,
deck are hot.
Lots
Yes.
of Japanese foils.
Lots.
Can't tell. Was that a Reclamation Sage for Merit?
I might have been. That means he would have brought that in.
I don't know if that's a card I'm looking to bring in. And I could be wrong about what I'm seeing there, but is Noxious Vapors a viable sideboard card for 4 color?
Let's pull up some Noxious Vapors for everybody here.
Noxious Vapors is black, 1. Sorcery. Each player reveals their hand, chooses 1 card of each color from it, then discards all of their non-land cards. Probably not. but
Just for everyone to see at home here, it is 12 cents on TCG Player.
against decks like Eldrazi, D&T,
not-
Elves, and Mono Red, it's not unreasonable, but I believe there's just better cards you can bring in against them. How about, what do you think, Brendan? Can we bring in can we board Noxious Vapors in 4-color? Just play Hypnotic Rock. There you go, Stoneforge. Someone gets it.
Legally cast a spell.
So what? I believe he just took the Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, he took the Tarmogoyf,
fetched
then gained a
creature,
life with
yeah.
the ooze, so he puts him to 7 because Goyf's a 4 or 5.
So he did not go for a second activation of Scavenging Ooze to play around Lightning Bolt there. I'm assuming he did not take any damage off of Sylvan Library.
No.
Just drew the 1 card.
Yep. I think this is a very rough spot
It's like
for
a
Merritt.
wasteland and something else in his hand.
Well, I think Wilson's going to Edict and then untap, play Jace, bounce your Scoos. Get in there with my Goyf.
Yeah, Bear with 2 guns, I agree with you. You really need to be on the play with a Deathrite for that to be viable. Yeah, there's just more streamlined sideboard cards you can play.
This Wasteland's a pretty timely Wasteland.
Yes.
Oh, is he tapping it?
That would be interesting.
Just passed.
Waste to take him off Jace.
I
Oh, he
don't
drew
think he has
another
another
fatal
Jace.
push for
Oh,
Wilson.
and he has a Snapcaster in hand?
He has Snap, Jace, Diabolic Edict, this fatal push. Things are going south for Merritt.
Things are
Oh,
going.
he doesn't have the Edict anymore. He has something else.
Is he not eating stuff in response?
He's thinking about it. Kiuri, waste just to take him off Jace is ambitious, especially when you haven't gotten any information about Wilson's hand. You don't know what's there.
Yeah.
I think waste, if the Wasteland was going to find a target, it was probably the Volcanic Island to take him completely off of red.
That's what I would hit in this spot because it's the only thing you could take him off of.
Yeah. Like,
Wilson's. I mean,
thinking about cycling Horizon Canopy in response, it looks like. Getting some Scavenging Ooze activations in. Looks like those might have targeted spells, not creatures.
I definitely think they did.
to take Snapcaster down a notch.
So Goyf
Attack
is still
you for
4/5. So Marietta at 3.
Yeah, he did not get all of the
Cycle
sorceries
Horizon
or all of
Canopy or
anything
in
else
step.
out. Thanks, Bear with 2 guns. We have the information. The players don't.
He has swords. That's
He has a Knight of the
and a
Reliquary,
swords.
and a plow, and
Rex.
I think that is a Reclamation Sage.
That's what it looks like to me. Wilson goes up back to 23.
It's in a good spot for Wilson Yu. Lots of threats in his deck.
Neither Reliquary coming in hot. I think here Merritt's going to start maybe where might Wasteland?
I still think if you Wasteland here, it's to take off red.
If he Wastelands, that's actually pretty dangerous.
I think
because
it
he
was
has
a better-
Snapcaster in hand. So
I
he's
believe it
just
was a
gonna
better
snap
idea
push
to waste in response if you're planning on wasting red. So that if he tried to Kolaghan's Command in response, you'd still have the Scavenging Ooze around.
it. But he has the Snapcaster mage now as Revolt
Push.
for the Fatal Push. to
Yes,
kill that.
Revolt off the Wasteland.
Oof, yikes.
Get in for 2.
Bad spot for Merritt.
Badlands off the top. Jace, Brainstorm, not even going for the Fate Seal. Drew some lands and a Brainstorm. Get in for 2.
Merritt's at 1.
Yikes. Looking at cards off Sylvan Library for Merritt. We might see a quick end to this match here.
You have
Depending on what he
Green
sees.
Sun Zenith,
Green
Noble
Sun?
Hierarch, and then Unknown.
Is there anything he can Green Sun for that buys time here? He has a second Scavenging Ooze. He has no... He can't get Phyrexian Revoker out of the sideboard. I believe everything else can just be bounced by Jace. Like you might just
Punishing Fire. I think Punishing Fire.
Punishing Fire can start doing some work against the Snapcaster. He doesn't have a Grove, but it at least stops the immediate threat at his life.
Doesn't? Yes, it does. That's why he needs to find either multiple
Scavenging
creatures
Ooze
or...
was only an option there if he had the ability to leave up 2 untapped green mana to buy a turn by eating 2 creatures.
I think Wilson might just be coming in here with a...
I think Wilson just needs to find a bolt. He has a lot of looks here.
That is...
Put back some lands, fetch, brainstorm again.
I think he might just play a pair of Deathrite. Oh,
I'm pretty sure you still brainstorm first. You find a bolt, you win.
Absolutely. Wilson goes to 22. Close to death.
The Script Ranger is already in his graveyard. It got hit by the him earlier.
Yeah, you're right there.
James, you lost. James McEachern lost to Mitchell on check pile. The winner of that is playing against Zach, who is on Grixis Delver. And we'll probably get that one over in the feature match for you next round.
I think that'd be a pretty cool key feature match. We have seen it.
The winner of this will be playing against James Hames in the other semifinal.
I think we might put James Hames on because we have seen the check pile Grixis Delver matchup twice already.
All good BMC Grail. It was pretty early in the game. It's at the very top of the graveyard.
Yeah. Merritt's looking at his options, kind of, looking like, oh,
scared.
Man.
Noble Hierarch, Mother of Runes, and I can't tell what that middle card is, but it looks like a creature. I don't think any of those are good enough
It's
against
a
that
green
Death Rat
sun.
Shaman. It's the green sun still. Correct.
He has no answer to the...
If that last card in his hand, again, was a land, he would be able to buy a turn here with Scavenging Ooze, but I believe he's just dead.
I believe you're right.
Unless for some reason... Oh, he can get Scavenging Ooze to turn off the Deathrite.
No,
but Wilson
he
just bounces it
with
first.
Jace, yeah. Yeah, I think Wilson has this game locked up.
I believe Wilson just has this game, yes. Like, there's also just the issue of checking his sideboard to make sure that what he wants is still in his deck. It looked like he boarded out the Dead Gone and Stoneforges, which I don't know if I completely agree with that, but that was definitely a couple Stoneforges that flicked past at the end of that.
I don't think taking out... Well, he is playing K commands.
A pair of K commands, yeah.
Yeah.
As well as one sideboard Ancient Grudge, but Green Sun for 2. Go get a Scavenging Ooze, I would imagine. See if Wilson just doesn't go for the bounce and then eat. A little hair on the feature match area, it looks like there.
It's getting hairy.
Scavenging Ooze. Let's see. All Wilson's got to do. Brainstorm first. Those weren't Bolt. That was a Liliana the last open 2 lands. In case he just really wanted to overkill it.
Wilson's going to 21.
Wilson is down to 21 off that fetch.
Yeah, of course. Go. We have a observer, Thomas.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Are you playing tomorrow? Are you playing tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah.
What are you on tomorrow?
Miracles. Yeah.
Lots of miracles tomorrow. Yeah, that would be the match. Looks like Wilson got it.
Like the match. Good job, Wilson.
So we've got Wilson playing against James Hames this coming round.
I kind of like that.